Hi, my name is Josue. I'm a technician, professor, and doctor. And today we are going to talk about this question here: why people do not follow procedures. And before starting answer this question, let's do a quick reflection here. If we follow very strictly, very strictly all the procedures that there is for an operation, does it will bring safety and productive at the same time? And another important reflection: if we follow very strictly all the procedures, when I say very strictly, without deviation at all, does it reflect the real work that must be done? My dear friends, please, I'm not here advocating to not follow procedure, to be a rebel, or to raise a flag of not following procedures. No, it's not. It's a very responsible reflection over: does the procedures, does the written instructions reflect our need in real world for safety and productivity? Why I'm questioning this? Why this reflection? Because when we open this door, we see that the real world is a very complex place. We have the procedures, we have the risk analysis, we have the manuals, we have the memos, we have a lot of written information. But when we go to a real work scenario, when we go to the sharp end of operation, to the cockpit of airplane, to the death of a mining cooper, we know and we see that's different. So we have to very serene, very responsible, open this door and perceive that our daily reality in workplaces is different, especially in workplace where there is a lot of complexity. And the safe on procedures will be achieved as much as we have in the procedures the proximity with the real work done. And there is something very important here, that ergonomics has already years and years of study between the work as done and work as imagined, giving answers exactly to match the real need of the work being done and the written procedures over safety and other needs. Also, another reflection on this subject: there is some situations, non-planned situations, that if we follow strictly all the procedures, maybe we will not have a safe answer, a safe and productivity answer for what is happening. In this case here, to do the procedure, to advance the procedure, to have some extra power to do some operation, was the difference between having an accident and save 155 souls. So in situations like this, and also in emergency and contingent situation like Apollo 13, where no procedures or no memo, no information at all was previous done to deal with this situation, is exactly the experience and the human capability that will deal with this new combination of complex happening. So, not following the procedure in these situations is not exactly a deviation, but an adaptation, a balance between the need of the work is done and the safety and productivity rules and demands. Also, we have to understand that sometimes this not in follow, just the speak of this huge iceberg here, and there is a lot of learning behind why the people is not following the procedure. According with Marcin Nezaruk, a human factors specialist of oil and gas industry, 72% of the procedures are not followed because they are difficult to use. 62 not practicable to be done. 50% hard to access the information. 45% they are not exactly accurate. 48% not optimized, and also 48% a little bit complicated. So we have to have organization, workplaces, work group that must monitor and understand the reasons behind the gap between procedures and practice. And coming in my mind something very useful to do that, exactly the safety one and safety two perspectives. We come from a safety one to a safety two, evolved evolution of safety, changing from just focus on the behavior and then focus on the system, to do a change, to do an evolution from why people do not follow procedures to how can we do better procedures. We evolve from human errors the cause of the accidents. Safety is the absence of negative events. People compromise the system. People are a problem to control, a blame culture, to a safety to perspective where human error is a symptom of bigger problems in the organization. Safety is the presence of positive capabilities. People deal with complex systems every day. People are solution to deal with workplace complexity. It's a learning, it's a continuous learning culture. When we talk about a continuous learning culture, is because on safety too, we learn from what is happening in daily routine. We learn from the normal day that happens. Something occurs to me. Do you know when your spouse, your husband, your fiancé, your friend come from a day of work and you ask, how was your day? And the answer is quite normal. No, it was awesome. A lot of learning, a lot of changing, a lot of variability. Probably a procedure was not strictly followed that day to give productivity and safety for some activity. That's the huge change. That's the evolution behind safety one and safety two. That's the evolution behind human error to understand human factors and capabilities. That's the evolution from why people do not follow procedure to how can we do better procedures. In fact, safety two bring to us getting on our experience and skills, technical and non technical, a wider perspective on system, having solutions for both workday activities and needs to emergency and contingent situation. Well, I know it's not an easy path to go, but there is already some very good ways to go this path here to the future. The first one is to understand that failure is a part of the learning process. As much as important to understand why people do not follow procedures is to do better procedures and match them in the real work scenarios. Also, research for new and different way of doing things. The old problem is still there. The old problem is over our shoulders, getting us every day. And new problems will arise. So we have to keep research, keep on having this open mind behavior to understand what is happening from the field, from the sharp end, and then get it on the procedures, on the memos, on the manuals, and etc. Also, we have to enhance our capabilities and understand our limitation. Myself, Josué, I have a lot of limitations, but also I have a lot of capabilities. And this balance, understand the limitation, enhance the capabilities, will help my performance through the execution of some tasks. And the last but not the least, build bonds of trust between people in our workplace. We have to start to tear down the walls of untrust, of non-work relation situation, and start to bond the trust we need in high complex system, the trust we need on situations where safety is the priority, but also the way to find a solution through different combinations of complex parts of a system. That's our work, my dear friends. And our work start here and now. I know it's a huge path to this future, a lot of change, but once we know that the reason that we are here is to promote safety of, and productivity at the same time, and through this construction, the human factors approach in other discipline that can bond together the needs of the system and the capabilities and limitations of this own system will give us exactly this path to the future. I hope you enjoyed this class today, and we see each other in the next video. Hej då!